indestructible. How Iran stood firm after the martyrdom of Imam Khamenei. Imam Sayyid Ali Khamenei, the leader of the Islamic Revolution, was martyred in a terrorist attack on February 28th, carried out by the US and the Zionist regime. But the real question isn't what happened. The real question is, why did they think this would succeed? The logic behind their decision was straightforward. To Washington and the regime in Tel Aviv, the structure of the Islamic Republic was like a pyramid. If the top is removed, the whole structure will collapse. They believed that by assassinating the leader, the government's foundation would crumble, creating a power vacuum that the mercenary forces of the US and the Zionist regime could exploit to seize control. But the reality unfolded differently. The streets didn't empty. They became filled. From Tehran to the smallest towns, the city squares of Iran saw the presence of the people every night. Not a temporary gathering, but a continuous, vibrant, and decisive presence. This presence not only stabilized the nation's psychological state, but also practically prevented armed, destabilizing elements from entering the scene. And this is where we need to look at a deeper layer. The Islamic Republic is not merely a government. It's a multi-layered system designed from the outset to withstand crises. A system where power begins with the people's vote, but doesn't end there. What has made this structure distinct and enduring is the combination of two key elements: faith and the deep, continuous presence of the people. The people don't just take part in elections. They remain engaged based on a belief and ideological identity. This transforms participation from a momentary act into a lasting force. Now, let's see how this participation from the people unfolds. The head of the executive branch is elected by the people. The parliament, which plays a major role in determining the country's path, is also chosen by the people. The head of the judiciary is appointed by the leadership, who himself is elected indirectly by the people through the Assembly of Experts, which is directly elected by the people. And this means that the legitimacy of the entire system of the Islamic Republic is rooted in the will of the people. What's the result? Power is not concentrated in one individual, but flows in a continuous process of election and replacement. And this is where the initial assumption collapses. If one person is removed, it does not signify the end of the system. This is because the mechanism for replacement is already embedded within the structure. As long as the people remain engaged, and as long as the cycle of elections persists, individuals may come and go, but the system endures. Ultimately, this structure is grounded in two key pillars. On one hand, it's founded on Islamic values. On the other, it is upheld by the will of the people, providing it with continuity and dynamism. Power here is not centralized. Instead, it is layered. The security institutions safeguard, the political institutions govern, and the social and popular networks maintain its vitality. And when the aggression of the US and the Zionist regime began on February 28th, it was the people who took to the streets and changed the equation. And so, after the martyrdom of Imam Sayyid Ali Khamenei, once again, the Assembly of Experts, elected by the people, chose a young Khamenei to continue the path. Imam Sayyid Mujtaba Khamenei, in his message, referred to this presence and stated, "You, the Iranian nation, provided a vast defense line, as wide as the country. And in this way, you dealt the enemy a confusing blow, so much so that he began to utter numerous contradictory words and many absurdities, which is a sign of lack of mindfulness." The calculation of the US and the Zionist regime was naive and flawed. They believed that by removing one individual, the system would crumble. But in reality, they themselves walked into a quagmire. one called war. And now, it's no longer for them to determine how the story ends. It is Iran that will shape the outcome of this confrontation.